Okay, so one more story about the scene with the knife that I give to Yahya that I got from my father, and I'm giving it to him. That scene written was not in this script until about maybe a day or two before we actually shot it. James wrote that and put it in, and obviously it gave a lot of it gave a lot of meat, a lot of history, a lot of backstory, a lot of incentive for Black Manta to really, it connected it connected Yahya's character and my character. So it gave him a lot of reasoning for wanting to kill Aquaman. When we did the scene, I wasn't sure whether or not it would stay in because it wasn't in the original script, and it was only done like a day and a half before we shot it. I don't know when James actually totally wrote it, but that's when I got it, maybe 2 days before. And I was excited because I thought, oh, this is some good stuff, and I was happy that it stayed. Okay, so does it suck working beside a man like Jason that is so freaking beautiful? Well, I work in Hollywood. I've worked in Hollywood for about 35 years now, and I've seen a lot of freaking beautiful people, freaking beautiful men. Not all as tall as Jason, some, but not all. And so I'm kind of used to working around beautiful people, men and women. So it didn't really bother me that much. Although, I mean, he is a specimen. I will have to agree with you. I'm a short guy. I'm 5'8". So he's he's pretty tall, pretty intimidating, but he's just the greatest guy. How do I use social media and what's my favorite platform? Well, social media for me is completely social. I don't really use it for anything. It's much more fun for me than it is anything else. I'm not selling anything. I don't actually often use like, hey, go see me in this movie or see me in this show. Obviously, I have some show stuff that I mention, and I try to talk about acting a little bit. And, I just posted something about reels for actors. So I try to give some kind of information every once in a while, but really it's about me and my family, my kids, used to be a lot more motorcycles, which I still ride a lot, and some working out stuff, which I'm about to do as soon as I finish this. So it's just kind of fun for me, really. That's all it means to me. How has COVID-19 impact you both in the entertainment and career and your life in general? Well, entertainment-wise, it's shut down. Hollywood is shut down. I mean, you know, I was doing a couple of movies, and they're both done. So we're just waiting to find out. Hollywood is essentially shut down. So I'm waiting to find out, when they come back. And personally, I'm just at home. I just basically my backyard, this is my office, but out with my kids. Go out to the front sometimes and hang out. We have a nice street, and it's a private street, so it's pretty cool. It's not that tough for me, so I understand it's a lot tougher for other people. How do I pass the time? I don't know if that's for COVID or not, but I work out, I hang out with my family. I'm actually doing some writing stuff and a couple of other things. So that's pretty much what I do. Watching some TV, but I don't watch much TV, oddly enough. Any advice or recommendations for those of us able to stay home and try to flatten the curve? Just stay home. Really, it kind of sucks, but it's been 3 weeks for me, and we have at least 3 weeks to go. And I think we just have to think of other people, um, people that are vulnerable, people who might be older or who might have underlying, conditions that this disease, this flu, this virus, excuse me, let me get it correct, this virus might latch onto a lot easier. So since we never know who might have it or who might be a carrier of it, I think it's just best for everyone that we, as much as possible, stay at home. I know the economy has to still work, and that kind of sucks. And I think we can't stay home forever and survive. We eventually have to go back to work, and there are certain people that are still working, but we can hold off for a little while. Let's do the best we can with staying home, and that will mean we'll be able to get back to work sooner if we all kind of adhere to these rules. Do I cook at home? I mean, I make my breakfast, I make lunch sometimes, but when it comes to dinner, my wife is a very good cook and she loves to cook, so that works out just perfectly. Who is an actor or actress you like to work with? I get that question a lot, and I've worked with a lot of people over the couple few decades, and I just look forward to the next person. One of the films I was getting ready to do was with Bruce Willis. I've never worked with Bruce Willis, so that would be kind of fun. It's just really, the project. You hear about projects and you find out what it's about and what the character is, and then who else is in it, and those things, and who's directing it. Those things are exciting, and so it's just about, the next project. My favorite TV show or role or movie. Again, it would be hard to pick something out because it's not really about the project. It's about the experience I had on the project, the people I got to meet, the the fun I had, the people who are still friends, people I've done a film with 25 years ago who are still very close to me, or a TV show or whatever. So it's really about the experience for me. It's not so much about whether or not the film was a big, huge success. I mean, obviously that adds to things because it helps you get other work, which is always important. But I don't view those things based on how popular something was. It's just about the experience. So I guess I answered pretty much most of the questions. I hope this wasn't too long and boring for you guys. Um, can I tell you about Jason? I guess he really is a great guy, and pretty much the guy you see on Instagram or wherever you happen to see is him. He's not, he doesn't have any airs that I have seen. Just a all-around great guy. And here's to Aquaman 2. We know I won't be around, but I'm hoping it turns out to be better and more successful than Aquaman 1. All right. Thank you for spending this time with me. I want you guys to watch here, Instagram, jasonmomoanews.com on Instagram, on YouTube. Check this out. All right. Bye.